welcome to this video in which I'll be reacting to Moldova's song for Eurovision 2024, Natalia Barbu's In the Middle.
A disclaimer. I hadn't addressed this before because I had hoped that the EBU would come to the correct decision by now, but since they have not, I do need to address it myself. Israel should not be allowed to participate at the Eurovision Song Contest 2024. If Russia hadn't been banned in 2022, maybe we'd be having a different conversation right now, and on a personal note, maybe Eurovision wouldn't have become such an important part of my life, but this is the reality that we are living in, so this is the conversation that we are having. Regardless of what you think of the current atrocities happening in Gaza, intentionally cutting off other people's access to food, water, and electricity is abhorrent, not to mention the act of killing. If you think governments and broadcasters should be considered as separate entities, consider the situation with Russia again. There is a video explaining why Israel shouldn't be allowed to participate linked in the description, and the creator also calls to action about what you can do yourself. Please watch that video and do something. Further resources are also listed as and when they become relevant. I'll stop talking about this when it stops being relevant.
I'm going to be honest, I do not really remember this song. I checked my notes, and in my notes it says that I thought it was inspirational and it had some interesting sounds, and yet I still placed it around the middle of my ranking of all of the songs for Moldova, not just the ones in the final, the complete thing, which I thought was generally pretty mediocre and not very interesting overall, so we'll see. I really do not remember this song, so this is almost like a first reaction. I'm a bit shocked that Anti-Princess didn't win. I thought that was the TikTok style song that would win a national final this year. No, instead we have our first returnee. Natalia Barbu was at Eurovision 2007, but Eurovision has changed quite a bit since then, so we'll see what she manages to achieve in Malmö. Pretty excited to watch it because, as I said, I really barely remember it, which is probably a bad sign because it didn't leave much of an impression on me, but maybe the staging elevates it, who knows. We will have to see right now. Okay, a very slow start. They're all just standing and staring up at the front, and everyone's got a violin. Interestingly, Natalia isn't styled differently to the backing singers, which I didn't expect, to be honest. And there's a kind of like jellyfish floating in the background. Okay, this is maybe a song that she's singing to a child or someone? Okay, well these LEDs in the background are pretty generic, and I don't know what that shot was, where we could just see the light and none of the people's faces. I guess maybe Moldova's national final production isn't quite up to par. I don't have much to say about the song, which I guess is slightly worrying. Well, there's some nice violins, but to be honest, I'm barely noticing anything in the song. Okay, and now there's kind of more fiery looking design on the LEDs. They're all holding a second microphone stand now. Okay, because now they're turned to the other side. That's interesting, I guess. And actually potentially useful or practical for Malmö, because the stage is going to be kind of 360. It's more like maybe 300 degrees because the back itself isn't going to be filled with crowd. Okay, well the crown is tacky looking. I like that they're all playing the violin. Obviously that's not going to be live at Eurovision. I don't know if it's live here, but oh, okay. And then a more operatic style of singing. Yeah, the LEDs are not telling any of the story, and I feel like that's a real shame. That needs to get improved for Malmo. Okay, sure. That's Moldova's song for Eurovision 2024. In all honesty, I do not understand why this won the national final. I haven't seen the other performances, maybe everyone else was flopping, but this does not inspire me or fill me with any kind of confidence. How is it doing in the rankings? It is dead last, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the other performances because I don't understand what is so special about this that Anti-Princess and Fever, which in my opinion were more interesting, don't have. Yeah, I put it 13th out of 30, so around the middle, but I am going to turn the camera back on once I've watched the performances for Contrasense, Fever and Anti-Princess, which were my top 3 when just listening to songs, and get back to you with a conclusion about whether this truly was the best performance of the night. I mean, I'm sure Natalia Barbu was very professional and she sang it well. I'm just very puzzled as to how this won a national final. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes once I've watched the other performances. I've read up on what's happened and what the performances were like. Anti-Princess and In the Middle both got 22 points, but the jury favourite gets sent to Eurovision. However, on Eurovision World, there's a poll also saying who should win Etapa Națională, and in that poll, In the Middle did win. So clearly there's something in the song that I'm not seeing, but that's fine. Not every song does need to be for me, and I imagine this will be in my bottom 5 by the end of the season, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see what the staging is in Malmo, and maybe the song will grow on me as I listen to it more. Just for my first listen, and now after seeing it with a live performance, I'm still not sold, but there's time for things to change. I am going to be honest, I do not see this qualifying. Moldova is in the second half of the first semi-final. I'm not seeing qualifier written anywhere over this, but I do wish Natalia Barbu personally the best. I just don't understand the song personally, why it's a national final winner. Because of that, I don't really have much more to say about it, because it did not affect me in the slightest, and I thought Moldova definitely had better options, but voting happened yesterday and the juries preferred In the Middle, and that's how Moldova chooses their winner of Etapa Națională, so that's who's going to Eurovision. I really don't mean this in a mean way, I just truly do not understand why this song was a national final winner. As I say, maybe with time it will grow on me. I'm pretty curious to see if the song will grow on me across the season or not, because I've not got much more to say and there's 3 other videos to film today. I will be wrapping it up here, and I would like to thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, that you got something out of it. I will see you in the next one when that shows up on your feed. Bye! But